So I'm very excited to welcome all the investors, corporate leaders, and startups for EthAum's BFSI Innovation Pitches. I'm Madhu Gupta, Managing Partner at EthAum Venture Partners. We are a deep tech revenue scaler based in Singapore with over 100 B2B and global startups in the portfolio. Banking, financial services, and insurance sectors have transformed quite a lot in the last 10 years. Last decade has significantly improved the quality of life for billions of people living in developing nations due to transformative innovations such as UPI, digital banking, peer-to-peer lending, and many others. Now, technologies such as AI, ML, blockchain, quantum computing are poised to move mountains and bring unthinkable transformations to the industry. These transformative innovations and crazy founders inspire us to showcase their solutions to the industry leaders and investors. I know you must be very excited to learn about all these innovations. But please hold on, we cannot start this session without introducing our diverse jury members, right? So I would request our esteemed jury members to introduce themselves. So jury members, please provide a brief 30-second introduction. So shall we start with Arun? Arun, please go ahead and
Sure.
let us know about you.
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning to everyone. So my name is Arun. At this point of time, I'm working with MasterCard. So I'm looking after the Southeast Asia, the division here. So essentially, I'm a part of the customer acquisition and the engagement team here. So essentially, what I look after is to make sure that our all clients, be it financial sector or be it RNC. So RNC, we call it retail and commerce clients, right? So they have the good strategy. They have all the platform in terms of the making sure the customers are engaged. They have the digital journey, digital strategy, and they are leading with that, all their new edge technology to making sure that, okay, they have the customer engagement right from acquisition till the end of the journey. So that's my core job here in MasterCard. So essentially, I've been with the payment domain and the banking for the last 20 years plus, actually. So working in Singapore for last 15 years. Prior to that, I was in India working with a bank there. So yeah, that's a brief introduction. I hope that gives you a bit of overview about myself.
It does, it does. Thank you, Arun. Thank you very much. Pietro?
Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon to everybody. My name is Pietro Toscano. I'm working for Zurich Insurance Company. I'm based in Zurich. I've got more than 20 years of experience in insurance and reinsurance with a consulting background. My core responsibilities are innovation and transformation for the underwriting of large and domestic corporate clients for all the major Fortune 500 large companies, but also making sure that we have much better workflows, and then innovation startup can be identified to help the processes and improve the routine for the underwriters.
Great, thank you. Ido, may I request you to introduce yourself, please?
Absolutely. I'm Ido Sarik. I'm a managing director with the Alchemist Accelerator, which is a US-based early stage startup accelerator focused exclusively on B2B companies. Myself, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, which is the major focus of our logistics and supply chain activities, which is what I'm looking after right now. By way of background, I was formerly an executive with Mercury Interactive, and later on a VC with Thomas Weisel Venture Partners, with expertise in enterprise software, specifically DevOps-related technologies, as well as embedded software and IoT.
That's great, thank you. Next, Zainab.
Hello everyone, I'm Zainab Al-Amin, VP of National Digital Transformation from Microsoft, Saudi Arabia. I'm based in Riyadh. I've been working at Microsoft for the past 4 years, leading national digital transformation, making sure that there are removing the technology barriers and adoption increasing adoption at a national level, working with startups. Before that, I was working with Munshaat, which is the Small and Medium Enterprise General Authority that was founded as part of Saudi Vision 2030 to make sure that we have a good, vibrant ecosystem for startups and small businesses. And my experience before that, most of it was in healthcare and semi-government organization. It's great to be here with all of you. I'm really passionate about startups and the innovation that they bring and making them succeed.
Thank you, Zaina. Next, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here. My name is Jaap de Vries. I work for EthAum's. We are a large commercial property risk insurance company. We insure about 1 out of 3 of the Fortune 1000. I'm also an adjunct professor at Brown University, where I teach technology commercialization and startup mentor in Rhode Island through venture mentoring services, and on the Science and Technology Advisory Council on Rhode Island, advising to the governor. Very excited to be here, getting a global perspective of some of the opportunities that exist. I always say I'm a corporate shill. I live through you guys as startups. You guys take all the risks, and I'm just sitting here with my coffee and judging. So I know that's very easy. So I really appreciate the hard work, the passion, and I'm really hoping that some of that passion transfers and some of that knowledge transfers. But you guys are the heroes, and looking forward to what you guys come up with today.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you very, very much. Haroon?
Yeah, thank you very much. As you mentioned, my name is Haroon. I'm currently
Yes, Haroon.
Yeah. So I'm currently working with the HBL. It's the biggest bank here in Pakistan. So my primary domain is the data strategy that I work within the bank, and we are ensuring that all the data related, the single source of truth, and all the data comes to one single place, and the single source of truth remains as accurate as possible. We are in pursuit yet at the moment, and also the regulatory requirements. The regulator wants us to provide them with respect to the data, so we are ensuring that. So before that, I had a technological experience with the telecom as well. I was heading a lot of enterprise programs there within Pakistan, and before that, I had a reasonable experience with Teradata and I was looking after some of the biggest conglomerates, their data programs like Unilever, Volvo Cars, BMW, and some of the other parts of the world. So that's essentially what my last 3 parts are. So I'm really looking forward to these initiatives and these startups that people are bringing in. And along with a lot of other people, I probably would have more insight into that, how they move forward in their pursuits. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Next, Shime.
Hello, hi, morning, everyone, and good evening to some. I'm Shime. I'm the CFO of Spark Systems. So Spark, we are a fintech Series C FX trading platform, and we're backed by strategic partners such as HSBC and Citibank. So what we do here at Spark, we actually serve financial institutions. We build trading capabilities for hedge funds, broker-dealers, and banks. So primarily, focus on the finance side of things and fundraising. And out of Spark, what I do on the side is I'm also the executive committee of the Singapore FinTech Association, and I do advise some startups. And previously, I was also with PwC and specialized in auditing for banking capital markets. Looking forward to hearing the presentations today. I'm very excited. So yeah, thanks.
Great. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Shime. Next, Santiago.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Santiago Sevilla. I work in Créalo, which is Credit Corp's fintech-focused corporate venture capital. I'm based in Peru. Credit Corp is the biggest financial holding in Peru, and it operates in different industries within the financial services sector. It has operations in Colombia and Chile as well. In Créalo, we invest in early-stage fintech and fintech-adjacent startups in the LATAM region. And we are a very strategic investor, so we not just focus on financial returns, but also on what the startup can bring to the group and how the group can work with the startup in order to generate value. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sami?
Hello. Hi, Madhu. Hi, everyone. Thanks for this opportunity. Happy to be here. This is Sami. I am head of innovation at the National Bank of Kuwait, and I'm based in Kuwait. I am part of strategy team. And also before that, I was in my home country, Turkey, and I was working for BNP Paribas. We launched one of the first digital bank in the country. And also I was working for the National Digital Wallet project in my country as well. So I am looking forward to hear more about startups here. And also I am a PhD student in the UK. So good luck, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sami. Can we have Ulf?
Yes, good evening, good morning, everybody.
Yes.
On my side, my name is Ulf. I'm heading a team called Innovation and Strategy here at HDI Global. HDI is a commercial P&C insurer focused on large corporate clients headquartered in Germany, which is also where I'm sitting, and where we still earn about 20% of our premiums. But we're really specialized in what we call international programs, so ensuring our large corporate clients throughout the world on all 5 continents. My team is mainly active in the venture building and venture partnering space. So I think this one here is also a great opportunity for us to have a look at all the different startups that are out there. And maybe there's some of you guys also here today we might engage with in the future. I'm so very excited to get to know you. We also do a little bit of venture capital. There's a different entity for that. It's not really my role, but if there's need, I can also make that introduction. Yeah, and curious to see what we get from you guys today. Yeah.
Great, amazing. What a diverse jury that we have today. Amazing, great. So yeah, thanks a lot for the wonderful introductions and your support in the next hour. Some housekeeping rules before we start with our first presentation today. So please keep yourself muted throughout the event. Raise your digital hand and unmute yourself whenever you want to ask a question or speak. Please use chat section for Q&A only and don't spam it. All right, so now let's start with our first presentation, which is Tokenize. It is a Hong Kong-based startup offering token assessment report to help issuers and purchasers to complete real-world asset tokenization due diligence. And here we go.
Welcome, investors and innovators. We are Tokenize, and we're dedicated to forging a responsible path for the future of real-world asset tokenization. Now, it is no secret that there are many issues with today's real-world asset tokenization projects. However, there are 4 in particular that we've identified to be holding this industry back from a flourishing market. Firstly, there is no clear connection between the token and the real-world asset. The token itself holds no legal, valid, or binding enforceable rights, interest, or ownership title. Secondly, the tokens do not comply with law enforcement. Third, there is no proper documentation. And finally, sustainability concerns. While some solutions do exist, they often fall short. For example, local legislations do impose laws to make up for that missing connection between the token and the real-world asset. However, it stunts the accessibility potential of using blockchain technology. Similarly, private and permission blockchains also stunts the full potential benefits of using blockchain technology by being centralized. Now, this is where Tokenize comes in. Our Tokenization Assessment Report, otherwise known as our TAR, completes a technical audit for code security, legal and regulatory compliance assessments to ensure legal validity and enforceability, a 3339 token standard assessment to ensure that the tokens can both be frozen and then recovered, and finally, sustainability evaluations to promote carbon neutrality aspirations. Now, our TAR is a comprehensive solution that ensures clear ownership rights, regulatory compliance, and environmental responsibility. Now, the real-world asset tokenization market is currently exploding. It's projected to reach a staggering $30.1 trillion by the year of 2034. This presents a massive opportunity for us because we do not actually believe that Tokenize has a real market competitor. While Certic can be perceived to be a competitor because they focus on smart contract audits, Tokenize occupies a unique niche by not only considering the tech aspect, but also the legal and regulatory components. This unique positioning allows Tokenize to expect similar or even greater deal flows than Certic. Now, our solution is not just theoretical, but it has actually been put into action with 4 successful projects completed, including a Hong Kong listed company, game company, and an asset-backed securitization project. Now, let's take a look at our revenue streams briefly and our financial projections. So our financial projections show a consistent revenue growth. We are also on track to be positive in 2024 and climb steadily thereafter. We also expect a healthy margins and controlled operating expenses. We are actually currently in discussions with Mizari Capital, which is a Dubai private investment firm, for a $500,000 investment at a $10 million post-money valuation. On top of that, our revenues in the last 6 months exceed $300,000. Here's a roadmap that outlines our commitment to innovation, with plans to leverage AI for even better efficiency and scalability in the future. Now, our team is uniquely positioned to tackle this challenge. I'm currently a JD student, and additionally, we are backed by a powerhouse of highly experienced financial professionals and lawyers in tech, corporate finance, and litigation. Thank you so much for your time. Please join us in shaping a responsible future for tokenization and unlock the full potential of real-world asset tokenization. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, all the attendees, you may be seeing a poll on your screen in few seconds. Please respond to that. So yeah, we have Andrian and Julian from Tokenize. So please ask your questions, jury members. Any questions for Andrian and Julian?
Could you say a bit more about the team? You went very briefly about yourself as a JD student. What is your co-founder like?
Hi, sorry. First of all, my CEO apologizes for not being able to attend this session herself. We've got me. I'm actually one of the advisors, and also Adrian, who's here, the COO. Basically, back to your question. Essentially, the team is primarily made up of Megan, who's the CEO, Adrian, who's the COO, and also a CTO who's based out of China at the moment. He's unable to attend this meeting as well, so I'm going to try and be able to answer as many questions as possible. Thank you.
So just a question. I saw that in the slide that you have 30 trillion kind of opportunity, right? So does that include the cryptocurrency as well, or is it purely the outside of the crypto?
Not at all. I think if you look at the Standard Chartered report, it actually says that the 30.1 trillion opportunity is entirely in respect only of real-world asset tokenization. We think that it's going to be way bigger than the cryptocurrency market going forward into the future.
I see.
Great. So let's start with our second second startup, which is Velotics. It's a US headquartered AI-powered data security platform supporting BFSI leaders in Europe and Asia. And here we go.
Data is everywhere, and it's growing fast. By 2025, we'll have over 181 zettabytes of data. But as data grows, so do regulations, including GDPR and other privacy restrictions. So how do enterprises keep up? That's the question Deutsche Bank sought to answer when they searched for a data security design partner.
They wanted to speed up access to data from months to minutes. They wanted to identify and monitor who has access to sensitive data. And they sought to manage and secure both structured and unstructured data with one tool.
No existing data security solution met their business requirements, and so, in 2021, Velotics was born.
The Velotics AI-powered data security platform allows you to discover, visualize, and use your data securely and compliantly.
We provide protection, access, and security throughout the entire security lifecycle.
Firstly, Velotics discovers, organizes, and visualizes your data. Next, our platform enables self-service data access, reducing data access time from months to minutes. AI recommendations learn from historical requests, making sure you grant access according to company policy.
Our AI engine creates, maintains, and enforces your policy database. We are the only data security platform, DSP, to use deep learning methods to build and enforce your policy rulebook, providing continuous monitoring for policy drifts and dark data.
Now, we are planning to expand our DSP beyond and incorporate unique Gen AI capabilities.
Using cutting-edge Gen AI methods, Velotix will bring a conversational touch to data governance and security.
We're integrating Gen AI to create the first conversational DSP, enabling knowledge sharing across your enterprise. Simply ask your Gen AI interface about data access or compliance issues to get detailed insights and detect policy conflicts. Today, we're a growing team with expertise in data, cutting-edge AI capabilities, and business development.
Velotix is already backed up by top-notch VCs, including Capri Ventures and Plug and Play, and corporate VCs like Barclays Bank.
We're on a mission to ensure the safest and securest enterprise data ecosystems, and that's exactly what we do. We already partner with only the best. Velotix is already acknowledged and market validated. So when it comes to gaining faster data access while remaining policy compliant, the Velotix Data Security Platform is your solution. Velotix, unlock the power of your data.
Great. So we have Amir from Velotix to answer your questions.
I have a question.
Please.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead. No worry.
Well, I'm just I see these type of companies quite a bit, but I work for a 200-year-old company, and typically I see a very smooth value proposition in the one end, and I look at our own data infrastructure bowl of spaghetti, and how do you go from A to Z there, right? So can you talk to us real briefly on how you work with large enterprises with a lot of legacy data, where data is sometimes siloed, and really that data engineering piece to get it into that form that you just showed?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So we have a phased approach where we would integrate certain organizations to their data sources slowly, gradually allowing you to learn our policy automatically using our policy engine. And when you onboard more and more data sources, we learn more of your policies and allow you to grow as an organization as well to be technology agnostic as needed.
Amir, can you give a bit more details about the traction you have? There was in the video, it mentioned a few of the exchanges and banks. Can you give some more quantifiable data?
Absolutely. We work today with a lot of large organizations. The ones that I can mention are London Stock Exchange, OCBC out of Singapore, Deutsche Bank, obviously, we're a design partner, UniCredit, and another large organization. We have a huge pipeline with a lot of BFSI, so banking, financial, insurance companies. They're currently either in POC mode, which we're hoping to close during 2024, with a lot more traction that we're going to focus also on the US and the Asia Pacific market for 2025.
Are you focusing exclusively on internal data, or is there also some way to weave in external data? Third-party data?
Yeah, external data, third party is also something that we handle. Obviously, London Stock Exchange has Refinitiv, and that is also a use case that we handle.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What's the revenue model like, and what's the strategy towards like path to profitability and exit? Because like you guys are funded, and I just would like to hear what are the plans in regards to that.
Yeah, happy to answer that. If you'd reach out, I can share all that information with you. No problem.
That would be great. Maybe we can take more questions in the chat section. Okay, all right. So now we are moving ahead with our third presentation, which is from Aries Applied Technology, a Singapore-based startup offering quantum security solution to the BFSI leaders. And here we go with the presentation.
Aries Applied Technology is a deep tech startup focused on addressing one of the most critical challenges facing all organizations today: quantum computing's impact on cybersecurity. The problem statement that we are trying to solve is that quantum computers could potentially break the current cryptographic methods, leading to data breaches, financial losses, and irreparable damage to trust for the major BFSI leaders. Aries Applied Technology provides a comprehensive quantum security solution to the financial services leaders designed to protect against these emerging quantum threats. Our proprietary technology includes quantum-resistant algorithms, post-quantum cryptography which are specifically engineered to withstand the computational power of quantum computers. These patented solutions provide future-proof encryption, ensuring that even as quantum technology evolves, the data and digital assets of our BFSI clients remain secure. Our approach is proactive, enabling organizations to upgrade their security infrastructure before quantum threats materialize. Our value proposition is that our encryption methods are backed by the latest patented technologies, including hardware-compatible solutions that are AI-proof, that provide an additional layer of security. By adopting our quantum security solutions, organizations can not only safeguard their critical data, their reputation, but also gain a competitive edge by being an early adopter of future-proof technology. Aries has built a quantum encryption solution to this end, LineGuard. And what makes LineGuard unique? Our value proposition lies in our commitment for future-proofing your data security. With LineGuard, you gain quantum-resistant encryption, which ensures your data remains safe from both current and future cyber threats. Cross-compatible platform, which whether you're on a desktop, tablet, mobile device, we are cross-platform compatible and provide seamless, consistent protection across all platforms. LineGuard provides ease of use, and despite its advanced technology, LineGuard is incredibly user-friendly. With a few clicks, it allows anyone to encrypt and decrypt their data. LineGuard is also designed to be highly scalable to meet all the needs of both individuals and businesses, offering flexible solutions that are even cloud compatible. And in the future, LineGuard will be enhanced with hardware and quantum-safe Bluetooth capabilities. Our success stories is that we have partnered and are supported by leading partners and agencies including Enterprise Singapore, NUS Enterprise, CyberSG TIG Center, and Shibuya Startup Support in Japan. Our innovative approach has been recognized by industry leaders, and we have been featured in top tech and cybersecurity events like Gulfware, Switch, Cybersecurity World Asia, Sushi Tech Tokyo, further validating our solution and market relevance. We have also collaborated with PIQL or PICO and the Arctic World Archive, a European Union supported company which has enabled us to gain more traction, customer insights, and expand our solutions worldwide. We will be embarking on a key POC with the Singapore National Quantum Safe Network. As part of this POC or proof of concept, we are collaborating further to integrate our quantum solution with a key quantum key distribution technology. The team is our greatest asset. Lim Ming Liang, our CTO and co-founder, is a graduate of the National University of Singapore with a degree in applied mathematics. He has patented several groundbreaking encryption technologies, including an AI encryption-driven method. Myself, I'm Ken. I'm CEO and co-founder, and I have 15 years of experience in banking product strategy and digital banking platforms. With Bernard Su, our COO and co-founder, he has 20 years of experience in wealth management and fintech, including leadership roles at Stanchart and UOB. Together, our team brings a unique blend of technical expertise and industry knowledge. To date, we have successfully raised $185,000 in seed funding, which has enabled us to develop our core technology and secure early partnerships. This funding was secured from Enterprise Singapore through its stringent deep tech proof of concept program just in the first 2 months of our operations. We are now seeking $1 million in our next funding round to accelerate product development, expand our market reach, and strengthen our intellectual property portfolio and go-to-market partnerships. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have Ken from Aries Applied Technology to answer your questions.
Ken, I have a question here. Arun here.
Yeah.
Ken, what is your value or what is your USP to you go to a bank or any BFSI client and tell them to replace their current technology, their security technology with yours?
Right. Okay. So our patented technology in quantum encryption, right, protects files and at the endpoint. So it's a very unique proposition because in the quantum space, there are a lot of players who are involved in quantum key distribution, and that is a very expensive and a very, very difficult technology to implement. It is more of a macro level. What we are doing is on the micro level, where we actually build very, very strong algorithms, which are AI and quantum proof, which can protect each individual user with different platforms, including Windows, Android, iOS. And our main aim is to build a system which is very easy to implement, easy for even someone who is not a tech person to use, because we understand that a lot of bankers, although they are knowledgeable, right, but they are not exactly tech experts, and it must be something which, you know, it can be used easily on a day-to-day basis in terms of operations, risk management, compliance. You know, I can understand most of the challenges that the bankers face today.
Yeah. So Ken, just a question here. So you mean to say your main target category or the industries are banking, right?
Yes.
And okay, the second question is your product is still at the development stage or is already ready for the sales?
The Windows
Deploying the
version is ready. We do foresee that the next 3 to 4 months, we'll be able to roll out the iOS and the Android version. So right now, it's still what we call a prototype. The reason why, I'll be very transparent, is that the processors in your mobile phones work slightly different. And we use very, very strong algorithms. For example, the current encryption standard AES-256 key size is about 256 bits. And our key size is minimally 5.8 megabytes, up to 100 megabyte, where we have tested on a couple of laptops, PCs, and so on. The only difference is we are trying it on slower phones to see that it's, you know, it can be compatible with whichever device you know, the end user will be using, right? So it is only we are only hampered, or we are slowing down, because we want to make sure that you know, we are very thorough with our tests, and you know, the files can be protected on all or most of the majority of devices out there, right?
Great,
Thank you.
great. So thank you. So now starting with our fourth presentation, which is from Olive Gaia. It's an AI-powered platform for decarbonization, transition financing, and ESG risk management.
We're excited to show you how Olive Gaia is revolutionizing decarbonization, transition financing, and ESG risk management for financial institutions. Olive Gaia is a climate tech startup born in the UAE with a mission to empower businesses to lead the charge in climate action. Since our inception in 2022, we've partnered with some of the UAE's largest government and private entities, earning recognition from global giants for our innovations and impact. The financial sector is sitting on a ticking time bomb of carbon risk. Banks worldwide hold an astounding $4.6 trillion in carbon-intensive assets. If the transition to net zero isn't managed effectively, potential losses could skyrocket to $20 trillion. The pressure to decarbonize is relentless, yet the tools available are failing. Today, over 60% of the emissions data that financial institutions use is based on estimations, causing significant inaccuracies. Only 25% of the world's top banks adhere to PCAF standards, leading to inconsistent disclosures. Even worse, the current data collection process takes 6 to 9 months, crippling decision-making and stalling climate action. That's why we developed Zero, our game-changing AI-driven SaaS platform designed to solve the climate action challenge. Zero is not just another ESG reporting tool. It's the next-generation platform that automates the entire decarbonization journey and seamlessly integrates carbon and ESG risk management into a single unified solution. Zero delivers real-time insights, enabling financial institutions to measure, manage, reduce, and report emissions across all scopes, including the notoriously complex finance emissions. But Zero goes beyond carbon. It covers comprehensive ESG metrics, providing audit-proof and compliance-ready tracking and reporting. Our platform supports financial institutions with AI-driven portfolio optimization, transition financing, decarbonization roadmaps with budgeting, and extensive supply chain and investor engagement, making ESG management seamless and actionable. Zero redefines what's possible in carbon and ESG management. Our platform's superior data quality combined with real-time access to global databases ensures the highest level of accuracy, effectively managing carbon exposures. With over 500 sector-specific decarbonization levers and advanced AI algorithms, Zero identifies the most effective actions, optimizes resource allocation, and drives smarter investment decisions. The carbon management market is set to explode, doubling to $21 billion in the next 5 years. Olive Gaia is poised to capture a significant share, targeting the rapidly growing EMEA and APAC markets with a projected cumulative ARR of $65 million in the next 5 years. Zero is an industry-agnostic, audit-ready, and action-oriented platform. Unlike other market solutions, Zero goes beyond standard ESG reporting and carbon accounting by leveraging cutting-edge innovation to deliver high-impact, solution-driven tools for transition financing, portfolio optimization, and credible, economically viable net zero strategies, addressing critical gaps in the market today. Our tiered subscription model with additional consulting services have positioned us as a trusted partner in our clients' net zero journeys, securing a solid pipeline and accelerating the onboarding of clients onto Zero. Following a successful $1.2 million seed round, we are now seeking $2.5 million in bridge funding to scale our operations. This investment will extend our market reach, enabling us to deliver substantial growth and a comprehensive ESG suite to a growing client base. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we have Jessica on the call to answer your questions. Any questions, jury members?
Yeah, I have one actually.
You go first.
Yeah. Jessica, is there any targeted market? Because I also checked the website. I think you guys only focusing on Middle East, I guess. What about rest of the world, or what is the strategy and plan for this one?
Thank you very much for the question, Sami. Indeed, we started in the UAE, being founded in Dubai, and we are expanding across Middle East, India, EMEA, and APAC. The reason why we started here is simply because we're first movers in this region. There is a lot happening in the net zero strategy of countries here, and we saw a huge potential, of course, to serve the local market. We started off as a consultant, and as we engage with some big clients, we started developing the tool. This meant that we again built quite a very big group of companies that already appreciated us for our insights on net zero, and we're currently onboarding these clients on the platform. With a strong client base, we are of course already looking at expanding to other markets. Europe is definitely one of them. India, we're launching pretty soon a series of activities again to engage with Indian listed companies. So definitely we go well beyond the GCC and Middle East.
Thank you.
Great. I see Zainab has raised her digital hand, so please go ahead.
Thank you. So Jessica, I see you have put that you're competing with some of the large names, like some of the competitors similar to Microsoft. What is your differentiation? How do you differentiate yourself in the market?
This is a great question that we get very, very often, as you can understand. What we found is that there is a limitation when it comes in particular to managing finance emissions. Most of the tools available, of course, cover carbon footprint, scope 1, 2, and 3, but then it's when the real action is needed, the planning for decarbonization, that's where we really go a step beyond. So when it comes, for example, to financial institutions, we don't just allow them to instantly measure their finance emissions, but also have a dual approach, helping them to really manage their finance emissions. The first approach is sort of an internal one, where we enable them to understand through our tools how to basically optimize their portfolio. So there are a number of tools that we provide in order to look at, sectoral switch, asset switch, and really understand, what it means, to change investment decisions on their finance emissions. The second approach is the one of transition financing. Having quite a big understanding and experience helping a variety industries in their decarbonization strategy, we advise financial institutions on how to basically engage with their investees and help their investees actually decarbonize, so to really reduce also the financed emissions. So this dual approach, which is very practical, providing also marginal abatement costs, really helping institutions understand what it means from a budget perspective, a planning perspective, looking at the availability of technologies in a particular market, is really what I would say goes that extra mile compared to many of our competitors. Of course, there are a number of other factors, from how we leverage artificial intelligence, how we integrate and ensure that manual intervention is reduced to the very minimal. So to again reduce risks of errors, reducing absolutely data gaps. We leverage a number of different global databases, to come up to actually fill in any data gaps that there might be if primary data is not available. So there are a number of different ways in which we actually provide a tool that is superior compared to other technologies or solutions that are currently in the market. And we had feedback actually from big banks in this region that have looked at our product and have looked at other, let's say, giants as well, and we're very, very impressed with the capabilities of the tool.
Okay,
Zainab,
Jessica.
just to add one small point here, if you allow, especially with respect to Microsoft Sustainability Manager, we've got some comparative feedback coming directly from our clients, and that's where we've got a great confidence of the capability of the product. Thanks a lot, Zainab. I could see Ulf also putting his hand up. There is a question around.
Yes,
Yeah, but I think we are running out of time, so I would request Ulf to please put that question in the chat section, please. Extremely sorry about that. The next presentation is Autonomy. It is US-based startup which is ensuring logistics companies to protect from financial losses due to shipment delays. And here we go.
I'm Jan, CEO and co-founder of Autonomy. Autonomy is first to market to bring parametric delay insurance to the cargo and logistics space. So let me give you some context. So globally, more than 24 trillion worth of commodities, goods, and assets are produced and transported every year. Since last year, from 6 days, we see an increase to 8.3 days of delay in ocean. That translated in nearly 500 million of ocean containers stuck at sea, creating a lot of the business interruption risks. That's due to a number of global X risks. On the macro side, geopolitics, climate risk, regulation, pandemic have been culprits. On the micro and localized side, a lot of infrastructure collision risks, such as Baltimore collapse, human manual errors, cyber attacks, and the hypergrowth that's been essentially non-sustained by the supply chain globally. In order to mitigate those risks, what do? Well, you use cargo insurance. Cargo insurance, in few words, helps you mitigate physical loss and damage risks, general average, and also third-party liabilities. And this is a very big market, bound to be growing in exceed of $106 billion in the next 10 years. And what's flabbergasting is more than 90% of containers and cargo are uninsured or underinsured. And in the context of our conversation, what's even more surprising and frustrating is delay are completely excluded from all cargo insurance policies. So that's why we come in. Autonomy is the first ever insurtech agency bringing parametric delay insurance to the supply chain business. We're backed by best-in-class underwriters, syndicates, and carriers, and we're deployed in North America, South America, and Asia Pacific. Our customers are in key and critical industries such as life science, pharmaceuticals, perishable exports, aviation, aerospace, semiconductors, high tech, critical automotive, and other specialized transportation space. In terms of our product, we're very proud to be bringing the first ever parametric cargo delay insurance, which is actually only focused on transit time delay, bring a lot of transparency, speed, and trust to the process. We also very much committed to bring the best of the technology to the space. We can quote in milliseconds thanks to machine learning and AI. We process claims 24 to 25x faster than the industry thanks to smart contract. And we're very much committed to having a lot of the API technology deployed to communicate better with our customers and our stakeholders. For our commercial traction, we currently have more than 10 customers. Here's a quick sample, and projecting nearly 3.8 million in top line revenue. And this is just a sample of the large logos and corporate partners that we're working with in order to make it happen. And in order to support that accelerated growth, we're currently fundraising. So we're very proud to be part of this conversation in order to fundraise with this community, a 2.5 million rounds, on a convertible note, 20% discount with a pre-money of 12.5 million, already led by ATX Ventures. We want to attract the best of the strategic, fintech, insurtech, and logtech investor in order to make it around a success. And with that, I wanted to thank you, and I'm open to take any of your questions. Thanks a lot.
Great. We have Jan from Olivia.
Jan, are your customers primarily the forwarders and the carriers, or are they the shippers of the cargo, the producers of the cargo?
Yeah, all of the above, actually. We worked with largely freight forwarders, logistics, 3PLs for distributions, but the policyholders are shippers and cargo owners, right? So we have 3 distribution, freight forwarding. We also have insurance brokers helping us getting access, and we also sell direct to exporters and producers of goods.
And I was also flabbergasted that there's nothing already on the market to insure against delay. So what is your unique IP here? What enables you to offer this?
Well, it takes a crazy man to actually develop that product. We the only one in the world actually offering delay insurance. So that's the USP, in short. It is a very hard market, right? A lot of exclusion, a lot of fine prints, and we're going against the current, right? So we're offering a protection gap. We make it very automated, transparent, and very easy to use. And we essentially very aggressive in terms of offering this protection gap in a market that's worsening by the minute.
So Jan, I think, that's a gap in the market right now, probably the opportunity as well. So just a question, like on this one, what would be the incremental cost for that, the shippers? Like how much percentage of the cost that would be added if let's say they take your protection?
Yeah, on average, we're adding 10 to 15 cents per cargo value, right? So it is incremental.
And in terms of the percentage, like the overall cargo cost, the shipment cost, what is the percentage going to be like?
Yeah, it's not that much. It's about 1%, right? So the way you want to think about it, if you get a $5,000 cost per TEU, right, per container, then we adding like $50 to the cost. That's the general unit economic that you're looking at.
Jan, I have a question. The insurance market generally works on the laws of statistics. So you are ensuring that people are actually, you're pushing them to that the delays are being insured. So what is your profitability model? I mean, how would you get profit out of it?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I have 20 years in risk management and quantitative trading and supply chain. So the primary concern was to actually collect the right data, right? So we collected dozens of millions of data from freight terminals, carriers, and other aviation companies. And we created a full proprietary algorithmic underwriting model internally. And so our current loss ratio is actually, around 15%, right? So that means that we can gross out about 85% margin. So we are beating, most of the traditional KPIs, which are suffering, 50, 60, 70% loss ratio.
Great. We can have one quick question from Shime, since she has been raising her hand from a long time.
Yeah, thanks. In regards to the cargo insurance, is there any plans to extend to different product types, or will it be more focused on just purely cargo insurance?
Yeah, so it's a good question. By the way, I saw that you're in Singapore. I'll be in Singapore in 10 days, so we can also meet in person if you're around. But anyway, so cargo insurance is actually pretty vast space. We're going after the delay, right, as a peril, but we are also developing temperature variation and other automatic, goods destruction, protection as well, right? So destruction of perishable vaccines and other spoilage. And we kind of developing more quantitative methodology to improve the life of the customer.
Thank you.
Great. Now, starting with our next presentation, which is from AlgoGene. It is a Hong Kong-based algo trading platform. And here we go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tony, the founder of AlgoGene. AlgoGene is a Hong Kong-based fintech company. We developed a one-stop platform for learning, developing, testing, executing, and investing on trading bots. Our vision is to help people to do investment in a more scientific and automatic way. In fact, there has been a global trend in computational finance. In US, there are already over 70% of daily stock transactions are driven by computer programs. However, in Asia, the market adoption rate is still around 10 to 20%. We are here to change that. There are several market pain points for the wealth management industry. As a retail investor, it is almost impossible to automate and monitor the financial market all the time. Also, many traditional funds are unfavorable to low-income retails due to the high entry amount and long investment lock-in period. It is also a factor leading to the wealth inequality in our society. On the other hand, financial institutions also encounter the difficulty for talent acquisition. Therefore, we developed AlgoGene, which is a decentralized platform to connect different market stakeholders together. For professional investors, we provide data and tools for them to conduct in-depth financial research. When they feel confident about the backtest results, they can easily deploy to their broker account for real trading. On top of that, if their performance passes our quality tests, it can be listed on our marketplace to showcase to potential investors. For financial institutions, they can choose any trading algorithms that they would like to partner with. It can save the cost from direct hiring, and all investment performance are proven using blockchain technology. Furthermore, for general retails, they can choose any trading bots that they would like to use. All transactions will automatically happen in their broker account. They can deposit and withdraw capital at any time. They can also start and stop the trading bots anytime, so the whole process is fully feasible, automatic, and transparent. The broker account itself is already a fund. In fact, we have various solutions covering the whole investment cycle. We aim to democratize the whole institutional investment process to all market participants. For example, we have a very powerful research lab that contains more than 20 years of ready-to-use datasets, such as market data, news, weather, social media, etc. It enables our users to explore any kind of trading strategy that they can imagine. We also partner with more than 20 brokerage firms and crypto exchanges, so our users can easily plug in different trading bots to their personal account and manage multiple securities accounts in a single platform. Here is another B2B use case to co-launch a quant fund with an asset management company. Our solutions are highly recognized in the market with more than 30 industrial awards, including the first place in Global FinTech Award, presented by Monetary Authority of Singapore last year. We are now raising $2 million USD and looking for potential investors and business collaboration. Please feel free to reach me out if any one of you are interested. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Amazing. So we have Tony to answer your questions. Any questions, jury members?
Yeah,
For
Tony.
Yep.
How does your algorithm actually adapts to the changing conditions of the market while keeping the trust of the your customer, that you still be making them assuring the profitable decisions based on that?
Yeah, actually, for most of the traditional method, basically the trader will mainly use technical analysis, fundamental analysis, etc. But in the recent year, there are a lot of machine learning model that comes out, and therefore we also employ this kind of AI model that can dynamically adjust the model parameter to adapt to the latest market.
Right, we can have next question from Shime.
Could you elaborate a bit more on the use of funds on your 2 million for the Series A raise?
Yeah, so we will have several uses. The first one, we will hire some business development. We will establish the business development team in different country and region, and then we will also hire some software development team, and then we will also set up our seed fund for some of our quant researcher.
Great. Next question from Idu.
So you mentioned quite a bit about industry awards. Could you talk a little bit about actual revenues?
Yeah, sure. For last year, we got around $300K US dollar revenue.
Thank you.
Amazing. So moving towards our next presentation, which is seventh presentation, which is from Tress. It is a US and India-based startup securing BFSI leaders against credit risk. And here we go.
Hi, I'm Sonny Gabriel, CEO and co-founder of Trace. We are transforming risk management by delivering actionable insights from unstructured data, empowering financial institutions with AI-driven tools for early portfolio risk detection. Now, why does this matter? The global commercial lending space is rapidly growing, expected to hit 30 trillion by 2030 from 9 trillion in 2020, with portfolio losses also projected to reach 600 billion. As loan delinquencies rise, early risk monitoring is more critical than ever to minimize these escalating risks. Now, here's a critical fact. 90% of data generated about a business today is unstructured, found in places like news, social media, and review platforms. Yet, lenders are still primarily making risk decisions based on the remaining 10%, which is structured financial data like bureau reports and financial statements. Which leads us to the issue we are addressing. The current portfolio monitoring systems rely heavily on lagging structured data, ignoring unstructured data, which often holds early signals of business distress. Now the challenge, too much of data, too little time, and no way to quantify it. Trace solves this by using large language models to analyze various data sources, detecting red flags, and summarizing the insights into a time series scorecard called the Business Sentiment Index, or the BSI, that integrates into existing workflows. The entire process is automated with alerts and reports, so users get actionable insights without needing to log in daily. Trace automatically connects to public unstructured data sources, applying large language models to compute the daily Business Sentiment Index. It's multilingual and available as a web application or API. To monitor a business with Trace, simply input the business name and address. Users receive daily automated updates, including BSI trends and red flag alerts. Trace can also go one step further and provide a comprehensive early warning risk index, or EWR, by integrating structured financial data with the BSI from unstructured data, offering a holistic view of business risk. This is typically a bespoke implementation. Trace is an early warning system that helps lenders identify and mitigate potential risk early, enhancing risk management and improving operational efficiency through automated monitoring. The total addressable market for commercial lending use cases alone is 60 billion based on our revenue model. The target serviceable obtainable market within this is 4.8 billion. Our revenue model includes a subscription fee and an API fee. For cloud deployments, we offer both options. For on-prem deployments, we use a managed services model. Our GDM strategy includes partnering with strategic sales and technology alliance partners such as platform providers, API hubs, and cloud hyperscalers. We are targeting over 1,000 community banks and credit unions with significant commercial lending portfolios. Currently, we focus primarily on digital marketing channels. We currently have 7 clients in the US, Germany, and India, with 6 pilots and several demos planned. We're also exploring partnership with fintechs, BFSI services firms, and regulatory consulting firms. While Moody's Analytics offers a similar score and targets mid-market and above, we focus on financial institutions with commercial lending under 10 billion. Our key differentiators are end-to-end automation, agility, and cost effectiveness. We operate in a niche market with ample opportunity and a strong value proposition. With our initial traction, we aim to expand Trace to more customers, and we are raising $1 million to achieve an ARR of 1 million by 2025. The funds will support platform rollout and boost our sales and marketing efforts. Our team includes Geeta, who's the CTO, and Joe, the CAO, with backgrounds in IT and commercial lending credit risk, respectively. We also have a 10-member product development team in India and an experienced advisory board of risk veterans from major global banks. Thank you for your time. We look forward to connecting with interested parties.
Great, great. So we had Tony earlier, now we have Sony to answer your questions.
Hello, Tony. I have a question. So as you scale your operations, how do you plan to handle the increase in volume of data, particularly from unstructured sources, while maintaining the platform performance and accuracy?
In terms of the technology behind it, or are you talking about?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so see, we've been prior to building Trace, we were actually a big data analytics company. So we are very familiar with all the big data technologies that are required for this. So yeah, that's not a concern for us at this moment.
Any other questions, Arun?
Yeah, I have a question, sorry. So since you already have that few clients live, would you be able to share like what kind of the savings that you've been able to do for them of what has been the accuracy for the risk, the assessment?
Sure, Arun. So most of the clients that we converted by doing back testing for them. So the easiest way to convert them is saying that give us your portfolio, don't tell us the good and bad ones. We will retro-score them for the last 5 years. We'll tell you which ones are the bad ones and when they went bad. And much before we should be giving the signal. So we've been able to prove that. So use cases where people are using us is primarily portfolio monitoring, but we are seeing very interesting use cases in third-party risk. So people using us for vendor monitoring, dealer monitoring, payments firm. There's a payments firm in Germany they use us for merchant monitoring.
So what has been the accuracy? Like when you do a backtracking of the data, so what
in
has
terms
been
of identifying the bad ones, 100%. In terms of giving them early signals, sometimes quarters, sometimes months before.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Sony, for answering all the questions. Now moving ahead with our 8th presentation, which is from Taurus. It's a SaaS intelligence platform, improving payment business profitability. And here we go.
Hi, I'm Kirill, the co-founder and CEO of Taurus, SaaS intelligence platform for banks and fintechs to enhance their profits on card transactions. We enable card players to analyze, optimize, and predict the cost toward card schemes like Visa and MasterCard, and thus improve their transactional profitability by double-digit numbers. There are over 30,000 payment players globally, which generate over $500 billion of annual revenues, and this keeps on growing double-digit. But payment margins are under severe pressure these days. Competition is increasing, as are the costs. So in order to be competitive yet profitable, banks need to be cost efficient. And there is a large area of costs which is poorly managed these days, the ones related to the fees charged by card networks like Visa and MasterCard. And it creates confusion among banks and fintechs. And this confusion costs them billions annually in excessive charges and lost revenues due to suboptimal pricing of their products. But analyzing this data better could help them to optimize their profitability. And Taurus is the plug-and-play solution for this problem. We collect the same raw data banks receive from the networks and provide insights to better manage these costs and optimize their product pricing. And our customers get results within seconds rather than spending days and weeks drilling through raw data. Our models cover over 40 markets in Europe and Asia, and they keep on evolving, providing over 98% prediction accuracy. We already have early adopters in Europe and in Asia, and Taurus solution helps them to save from hundreds of thousands up to millions of annual excessive costs. as well as improve their transactional profitability by double or even triple-digit numbers. We have an unfair advantage. This is the decades of industry experience spent in banks, card networks, processors, consultancies, which was productized using cutting-edge technologies. Our sweet spot is 20,000 mid-sized banks and fintechs, because they prefer to buy SaaS solutions from the outside rather than build that in-house. Majority of our revenues come from monthly or quarterly subscription fees, and the average annual ticket so far is around 100K USD. We now have 10 paying customers generating around $1 million of annual recurring revenues. We're cash positive, and we've been recently recognized by MasterCard and Sifted, and also received Startup of the Year award by MPE, one of the largest payment shows in Europe. And this is just the beginning of our journey. Reach out to know more, and let's make payment industry a really data-driven one. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I see Sami has raised his hand. So yeah, Sami, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I have a question about when this topic came to the profitability from the regulation side, from central banks, there is a huge pressure to the banks. And you guys literally helping banks to increase the revenue. This is on top of customers, I assume. How you guys managing this relationship between the banks and regulation? And what you guys are telling the banks while you are doing that, this will be regulated and it will be all right, because from customer perspective it's very sensitive topic. All banks, when they are trying to increase their profitability, this is very sensitive topic. How you guys approach to this?
Yeah, thanks a lot. That's a very good question. So actually the core idea that we help the whole card payments value chain to get more transparency inside. So the thing is that the scheme fees on interchange, scheme fees particularly, are far not that transparent, and this complexity is inherited from, so our major playground is between the schemes, so Visa, MasterCard, and the banks, issuers and acquirers. But then as soon as the banks, they don't really understand what they're paying for, how to allocate specific cost to specific transaction, then they try to put down the cost to their customers, and they're doing it not that accurately. So by profitability, we mean that actually they can be profitable and competitive at the same time. So meaning for more costly transactions for which they pay more, they accurately allocate it to specific customers, to specific merchants, for example. But for less costly transactions, they can charge less actually. So in the end, so we assume that this will be beneficial for the whole value chain. We start providing some service to merchants and PayFacs as well, because that part of the equation is also screaming that we don't really get what you guys from the banks are sending us. And actually, we're talking to a few regulators saying that, hey, do you want us to help you to, for example, to benchmark the costs that banks have on their transactions, which could be kind of some certain trigger to understand how operationally efficient they are. Because if they're charging too much, probably they're just not looking into this data, and we may help them. So that's the idea.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
So okay, now some of the governments or the regulators, they actually putting regulations around that how much you can charge interchange, right? And that's going to be the fixed by the schemes and the regulators. So there's no way that they're going to be ambiguity and all. So if that happens and that scales up in the markets and the government, then how would your business play a part there?
Yeah, so another good question. The thing is that, so governments try to play around fixing the interchange. The thing is that there is this large part which is called scheme fees, which is typically unregulated. So we saw it in the EU, where it was regulated back in for 10 years already. But there's a lot of research that actually the cost for merchants didn't go down. So meaning that the other part of the costs, which is not that regulated, still was going up somehow, and it's constantly going up. So that's why it just balance between which part of the business is more or less profitable and more demanding on what we do. So for example, in Europe, where the interchange is regulated, were a bit more useful to acquirers because the margins are about bips and they need to play around this. But for example, banks which are issuing the cards, they do not use interchange revenues to fund their rewards programs. While in other markets where the still interchange might be higher, they might be using, for example, interchange income to fund the cashbacks or rewards. And in those cases, we're more, not more, but we're more useful for issuers as well. So for us, it's kind of a balance to whom we're talking in the specific markets, depending on the regulation.
Great. Thank you, Kirill. So moving ahead with our next presentation, which is from DexFact. It's US-based startup offering a Gen AI-based product, the Precogs, that prevents financial crimes before they occur. And here we go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nishant Tomar, and I'm the founder and CEO at DexFact. If you have seen the movie Minority Report, where they use the precogs to basically stop any murder or other types of crime before they happen, we have taken the similar concept and brought it to real life in the context of financial crime. The problem is that the financial crime keeps getting bigger and bigger, even with all the existing solutions that are in place right now. And this poses a huge financial risk for individuals as well as businesses. And it also is a threat for the reputational damage of financial institutions. If you look at the trend in the last few years, you will see there is a rise in numbers in both the number of incidents as well as the financial cost associated with these fraudulent activities. And the problem lies in that most, if not all of these solutions are trying to leverage identity-based verification and detection, which is not wrong, but it doesn't cover all of the scenarios. The famous 2017 Equifax breach is a very good example where personal data of 147 million individuals was stolen, and then it was used across so many different fraudulent activities where they were able to evade the existing safeguards because these were identities of normal people like you and me. And so we have taken a very different approach where we are looking at catching these cyber criminals and stopping the financial crime by using transactional data and staying away from any personally identifiable information. We have also kept the solution super fast so it can be incorporated in as fast as real-time payments because it takes less than a millisecond for us to detect a potential financial crime. And we have used Gen AI to basically keep our model always evolving and be able to predict the new crime patterns and techniques that will emerge in the coming 6 to 12 months. So we have basically two distinct models, and the way we have leveraged generative adversarial network to detect financial crime, we have a very high accuracy of 99.7% with a near perfect F1 score of 0.975. Another major differentiator, as I mentioned earlier, is it's super fast. It can be completed in less than 1 millisecond. But the fact that our model can automatically evolve and update without any human interference also plays a huge role in keeping the cost super low in the ongoing maintenance of the model. And then last but not the least, because we're taking a privacy-preserving approach, this can work on a 20-year-old individual who has no financial history or track record, but if they try to do a fraudulent transaction, our model will be able to detect it. Here are just some of the common use cases which you are already aware of. Again, this is not an exhaustive list, but just some of the most frequently occurring use cases. And just to give you a quick idea of how our solution works, basically at the beginning of any transaction, whether it's ACH, wire, credit, debit, or real-time payments or any other, our AI models look at the transaction data, and if everything looks fine, the transaction continues as normal. But if either one of those two models can see a potential threat, then basically the transaction is put on hold and the data is sent over with explanation to the financial institution's investigation team for further actions. At the same time, the data is also fed back into our model for the constant update and evolution of the model. With that, I'd like to thank you all. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at this email here. Would love to talk to you if you're interested in learning more. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. So we have Nishant on the call to answer your questions.
One question on the revenue model, and who exactly is the target market? I do see that you mentioned there was the graph on the card transactions, but would you be charging the users or the bank providers for providing such solutions?
Yeah, it's a B2B. So we basically target financial institutions like banks, credit unions, payment processors, and it's a SaaS subscription model. So it's tiered on monthly transaction volume. Based on what your transaction volume is every month, there is a subscription.
Great. We can have next question from Edu.
What does your current traction look like?
So we have completed one and doing a couple of other pilots with credit unions and banks here in the US. We are about to sign 2 partnership agreements. Both of them will be considered our competitor, but they're more like our strategic partners. More so because we're basically filling in a big gap and taking a whole different lens of complementing what their solution does. They're looking at it from identity perspective. We are looking at it from a whole different transaction monitoring. So excited about those 2 partnerships as well. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Nishant, how are you ensuring that there are no false positives?
So the how part is basically that's where the training of the model and the nature of how we have built the model comes into play. The what part is what we typically engage with every financial institution is before they put our production solution in production, we actually do a test with them to show for their data what the results look like, so they get to see it before they use it. So there is some tuning that happens for each of the customer that we onboard, right? Just like when you buy a phone and then you customize for your own needs. So we basically fine tune and customize for each customer that we onboard. But it's a one-time fine tuning, and then it knows exactly, for each customer how to cope with it.
Great. Thank you, Nishant. Please, jury members, if you have more questions, please feel free to put them in the chat section. And I'm moving ahead with the next presentation, which is from Cogni. It's a Canadian startup using AI to transform the mental health insurance space. And here we go.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Michel. I am the founder and CEO of Cogni. I am a PhD candidate, and I am on a mission to work alongside insurance therapists and training providers to make mental health and well-being accessible, equitable, and empowering for everyone. Mental health is a growing global crisis affecting over 1 billion people worldwide. This poses a significant challenge for both insurance companies and mental health providers who face capacity constraints, challenges, and are limited in terms of tools that they can use to measure their service effectiveness, especially when it comes to the virtual settings. There's an urgent need for more personalized real-time data to help providers make more informed decisions. The world market opportunity is over 300 billion, but we will start by focusing on 2 billion for North American market. We'll focus on insurance providers and other type of therapists. Our objective is to expand to the world after meaningful traction. We have captured 5% of the near-term obtainable market. So what is Cogni? Cogni helps providers deliver instant 8-dimensional reporting and virtual summaries, enabling also providers to offer a comprehensive suite of tools, monitor clients' progress in real time with data to boost outcomes, identify issues through personalized data analysis to provide actionable feedback for next step guidance. Before starting therapy or obtaining a session, user complete intake form assisted by our avatar, who also suggests one-on-one or group support for a deeper understanding of their needs. During the session, SharingNote AI captures users' reaction in real time, like you see with the avatar showing on each individual screen, so that it can help providers make more informed decisions in real time. It also analyzes engagement and group dynamics. Then they can select the templates that they want for their report. The report will provide the dimensions that were discussed within the session. Our key differentiator from existing solution is that we prioritize proactive health measures by focusing on preventive care versus reactive. We are affordable compared to competition, and we provide data-driven insight for decision-making and real-time video-based sentiment analysis without storing any facial data or audio. Our targeted clients are insurance providers, therapists, and training facilitators. Our business model is SaaS, B2B, and also 2C, with pricing ranging from $10 per users per month, scaling with volume. We already have traction with significant revenue since our data launch, and we've signed 2 contracts at end of 2023. We also have 4 letters of intent from different groups in the US. Our goal are ambitious. By the end of 2024, we aim to reach 500,000 in revenue and double by 2025. We are currently raising a round of 2 million to secure pilot and expand in new market, build our team, and invest in sales and marketing. Our aim is to achieve an annual recurring revenue of 1 million by 2025. So our team are subject matter expert. I bring many years experience in mental health. Our team is composed of AI expert, computer vision, software development, and healthcare professionals who understand the complexity of mental health. We have a team of advisors from medtech to doctors and research analysis. Thank you.
Great. So we have Emanuela to answer your questions. Any questions, jury members?
One
Arun, do you
simple
have any?
question. Yeah, one simple question. How do you measure the accuracy of that your platform? So I think that the mental health is something like, which is not easy to, figure out and all. And could be a lot of reasons and there could be a lot of, the symptoms behind that, right? So how do you measure the accuracy of this?
Yes, through evidence-based assessment. So as you saw, like before we get to the video part, because the video is the recommendation after the assessment is done. Usually would have assessment before the person gets recommended to do one-on-one or group support. And then through those assessments with our avatar that we put in place, we get the data to know actually what this person really needs. But also in between sessions, we have tools where the person can continue, we can continue with self-guided tools so that we still continue getting data so that the provider knows when the client comes back, because not everybody can afford to go to a therapist or have the necessarily enough money to be able to do it monthly. So then in between those sessions, they get supported through self-guided workshops, and we get data from that too. So all these data helps improve the tools. Right now, we are at 93% accuracy. So with the data and pilots, we'll get to grow the accuracy of our tool.
Well, just a supplementary question, what Arun has asked. What was your sample size actually? How much have you trained, and have you classified the people with respect to their behaviors? I mean, you cannot go infinite number of behaviors and the psychological traits. So what is the sample size, and how do you create a segregation between the behaviors?
Yes, right now we are actually we've provided around roughly 1,000 therapy, but what we've done, we've used machine learning. With machine learning, we are very safe in the sense of how we can collect that data. So we went mostly with, like the people with anxiety and stress. So how many times like they've had crisis in between the sessions, and how do they express it when they meet with the psychologist? We have affiliate psychologists seeing them. But because we are still at, we are raising our seed, we are in pre-seed, so we have not started the pilot. We are actually in our journey to start pilots. We have 4 clients waiting to do the pilot so that we could actually classify it, and we'll be more able to answer that question.
Hey, Emmanuel, a quick question is, I work for Anthem, a big health insurance payer. So is your platform connecting with payers to reimburse, people who are getting mental health services from you? And also the second question I have is there an age you are targeting for mental health? I mean, is it for teens? Because that's one of the big areas, teen mental health. And also, there's a virtual based mental health service startup I know. So definitely would be good to connect offline to give you more info on that.
Thank you so much, because right now we in our platform, we do have payment, but we're trying to figure out actually how we can connect to insurance payers so that it could become like seamless for our clients. We've had two big health centers, actually, one of which is Health Canada, that we do EAP programs for them. I've been doing that for over 4 years now with Health Canada, and now they're trying to sign another contract for their executive. So we're in the process of trying to implement that. If you have any information, we would be very happy to meet with you, because that's the one thing that where we are, and that would really help cut the process for our clients.
Perfect.
Sure,
Thank
definitely
you.
we can connect offline. Thank
Emmanuel,
you.
I have one more question. Sorry. Last question.
Arun,
Okay.
can we have that offline, please? Or maybe in the chat section?
Sure, no worries then.
Yeah, thank you so much. So the next startup is BXLand. It's a Lithuania-based crypto license exchange. And here we go.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hi everyone, I'm Safi.
We are a new generation cryptocurrency bank. We make it easy for our customers to buy cryptocurrency with euro and provide them with a credit card to spend and finally withdraw money at an ATM using our credit card. Many crypto exchanges offer cryptocurrency trading, but are not really completely legal and safe to offer trading cryptocurrency. BXLand solution allow to legally trade cryptocurrency through bank deposit without the need to convert USDT back to fiat currency via P2P. As an exchange holding a cryptocurrency license in Lithuania, we allow customers to use the euros as EPA's fast transfer to provide customers with real-time deposit and withdrawal without go through P2P. So in a sense, we truly allow customers to enter the cryptocurrency market safely and legally.
So we are currently in final stages of our testing phase, and I would like to give you an overview of how our system works. So let me walk you through a journey, a user experience when they come to BXLand. So when a user registers on our platform, their wallet is immediately created and protected by Crypto APIs, one of the most trusted and secure blockchain infrastructure providers. This partnership ensures that all wallets, transactions, deposits, and withdrawals are safeguarded with industry-leading security protocols. With Crypto APIs managing the backend, users can be confident that their assets are well protected from the moment they sign up. Once user has set up their account and is ready to place their first order, our platform ensures that they get the best prices and access to deep liquidity thanks to our partnership with Bitstamp. This means that every trade is fulfilled with Bitstamp's fast liquidity pool, ensuring competitive prices and fast execution, making our platform ideal for both beginners and seasonal traders. Beyond trading, BXLand offers our very own BXLand token as well, which is deployed on Ethereum blockchain. This token plays a central role in our ecosystem. We are excited to announce that a portion of these tokens will be distributed in an initial airdrop campaign. In short, we have built a journey that is secure, efficient, and rewarding, backed by top-tier partners like Crypto APIs and Bitstamp. Our goal is to create seamless experience from registration to everything, while also offering unique value through our BXLand token.
Market size of the projected crypto trading volume in Europe for 2024 is 4.9 trillion, expect to grow 50% to 7.35 trillion by 2025. BXLAN focused to serving European users with competitive offering and aims to capture 0.05% serviceable obtainable market share in 1.5 billion by 2025. Our business model is B2C. This revenue model charges 0.09% commission per trade, crypto withdrawal fee $4, ATM cash withdrawal 1%, and crypto borrowed 2% APY. BXLAN strategy partner with crypto major market leader include Crypto API, Bitstamp, Arbor, Trezor, Earn, and Revolut with over 5 years experience in crypto industry ecosystem. Our goal is to evolve BXLAN into a crypto bank in European market, convert crypto to your physical life from trading, consumption, saving, and borrowing to cash withdrawal, all in one platform. Contact us now.
Great, thank you. So, any questions, jurors? We have Kevin on the call. Okay, no worries. Maybe you can put your questions in the chat section or connect offline. So thanks a lot, everyone. It felt like a marathon. Thanks a lot, all the startups, for these amazing presentations, and jurors for drinking from the fire hose. Now, I would request jurors to share their insights on one or two startups that stood out from their perspective. So, shall I start with Ulf? Ulf,
Yes,
would you like to go first? Yeah.
Yes. So thank you very much, first of all, to all the startups that have presented. I think there is some potential for innovation here. And we also saw the variety of our industry, right? I mean, there's so much all the way from banking to insurance to different lines of insurance, P&C. I saw some of that, which is the one that we are involved in, also life and health. And I think the two startups that stood out for me, at least, but of course I'm looking from a P&C commercial insurance perspective, was for sure one, Autonomy. Really interested in getting to know your solution and seeing what's in it also for us, maybe on the marine space. And then maybe also the second one, I have to look up the name, I couldn't remember them all. But the one about with the zero, so the sustainability solution here, also super interested in getting my questions out that I wouldn't be able to ask earlier. So maybe I can follow up on LinkedIn, or you can reach out, whatever way works, to get those questions clarified. Thank you very much.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Thank you, Ulf. Pietro?
Hi, first of all, very great presentations. I know it's very difficult to condense a whole work and a lot of commitment into a few minutes. So very well done, everyone. From my perspective, of course, I'm talking about the professional landscape and the company where I'm working. Definitely, I will catch up with Autonomy, Trace, and Olive for the solutions. I'm interested also in other solutions, but for other reasons. So I think all of them are really key differentiators, have a point of key differentiation in the industry. So yeah, I've left my contact details, so I'm happy to start collaborating with most of you. And
Great,
thank you so much for
fantastic.
the invitation, right?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Can we hear from Zena?
Okay, it has been really a great session and amazing startups and a really innovative and diverse, offering. What stood up for me is I'm really interested in the mental health one, Cogni, as there is a huge market gap in there and the need is really big. So I would be interested to connect offline and see what we can do together, or if we can bring something to Saudi Arabia. The other one as well is the ESG one, Olive. Gaia, I think that's the name.
Yes, yes. That is it.
So as well because of the interest in sustainability in the Middle East and what we are doing here. So happy to connect with both. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Can we hear from Ido?
Sure. So first of all, great job, everyone. I really enjoyed the presentations. I want to echo what some of my predecessors said, that it's not easy to get a crisp and clear presentation in such a short time, and you all did a very good job. For me, autonomy is squarely in the sweet spot of what we're looking for in the Memphis hub of the Alchemist Accelerator, working with the shipping forwarders and 3PLs. So I'd definitely like to follow up with that. I thought Velotix had a very interesting application for data privacy and security. And I think Olive Gia, I might want to, is clearly in a very interesting space. I did not quite get how it's different from other ESG reporting solutions, so maybe we can follow up on that as well.
Yep, definitely we can connect offline and talk more about that. Okay, so next, Harun.
Yeah, thank you very much. Genuinely a roller coaster today, but yeah, I think the most important thing they were really good one, and this was really hard work to squeeze them into small presentations and try to get the ideas together and make us understand, especially. So the most important, the one that stood out, the three of them that I listed out, autonomy, of course, very unique space, and it actually really triggered my mind to think into to the places out of the box. Really liked their idea. I liked Trace very much, the way their approach was to find the risks and then the reverse modeling of before getting into the to go to the customer, getting the confidence then rather than just doing certain just normal way of checking on them. And last but not the least, the Cogni. I really enjoyed their passion and the way they are trying to solve the problems for the people who generally are not looked up to for the solutions in there, especially the therapist. I mean, they just are on their own. I think it's a very good space to explore, and there's a lot of potential in that as well. Thank you.
Second, apologies. Okay, can we hear from Arun now?
Okay, first of all, thank you everyone. I think it's been a great session. Frankly speaking, as everyone said, I'll echo the one thing. It's not easy to actually squeeze this entire business model, right? And to put it into this couple of minutes space. It's not really easy, frankly speaking. If I had been in your place, I don't think so I could have done that. So it's a big kudos to you guys, frankly speaking. Okay, so that's an amazing one. Now coming to the point, like, what has actually top in my list is definitely is autonomy. I think that's the space looks like is an opportunity, big opportunity. I think, the people are, I have not thought about it, right? So that's something like, I see it's a new space and there's a lot of potential to grow. I think it can go expand to like, the complete logistics, the space. So that's one thing. The second is Olive. Definitely, I think again that's a space that's growing. So I would see that the next 10 to 15 years is going to be that, the sustainability ECG. So there's a lot of government that actually has been taking ownership on that and pushing companies to actually, have the sustainability measurement, be it ESG or whatever that kind of things. Although there are a lot of competition right now, but this I think still there's a space to grow there. Right. It's just like you need to find the right market right now because there's some markets are lagging behind, some markets are moving ahead. So I think if you get those markets right, you get the industries right, I think there's a lot of potential. And the last but not least is Cogni. I think as to my mind, I think we all are human being. I think that's something is to my mind has to be top of our mind. The business can run, I think, but what we need to make sure is like, everyone's the mental health is taken care of. And today, the biggest problem that I see is one is the cost and it's a recurring cost. I mean, for some people, it could take months and maybe years to, get rid of this kind of like, the issues. So I think, I mean, this kind of the startups definitely can help people to actually get over with this kind of like, thing. So kudos to you guys. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Arun. Can we hear from Shime?
Yes, absolutely. Hi. Well, thank you so much to all the startups who presented. It's really a very intense, quick session for all of us to really just jump from one presentation to the next while still having some lingering questions that came from the previous presentation, but really good job to everyone. And I really appreciate the amount of effort that you've put into all your presentations, really. In terms of the top three that stood out to me, well, firstly is autonomy. I think is for a very simple reason, actually. For someone like me who's not in cargo insurance, like the way that the presentation was delivered flows very well. It's very digestible, very understandable, and I was kept engaged throughout the presentation. So that is why I felt like autonomy stood out to me. Like I could understand it very quick, like at the snap of a finger. The second startup that stood out to me was Cogni by Emmanuel. Very good initiative, like, to address a huge thing on mental wellness. I wish we had more time to really dive into the business model, because I think you brought up a lot of good points, but to me it's still a bit unclear. But I would really like to explore and understand more, and maybe potentially also see, like, I think the revenue growth can actually be higher given your market size and given your expansion plans. So that is definitely something that we can have a chat about as well. The third one that stood out to me is Algogene by Tony, particularly because also I'm in the FX trading industry. So I'm trying to see if there's any areas of collaboration. Would definitely like to explore to understand the solution that you're bringing onto the table.
Great, thank you. Amazing insights. Next, Santiago.
Yeah, first of all, kudos to all founders. It was great. For me, the startups that come to my mind, I think that were really interesting were, first of all, autonomy. I was really impressed. And I think that the parametric insurance space is a trend that is growing very fast. And also like the Trace and Velotics. I think both of them solve very relevant pain points for financial services industry. So yeah, pretty much it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Sami?
Yeah. I think my biggest takeaway from today, I think majority of startups mention AI. So artificial intelligence, obviously it's very important. But I think in the recent times, a most important part will be, who will use better AI. Anyway, I want to focus on my top three and my personal favorite. Taurus, obviously it's in my industry and it's definitely a good one. And they have a proven record also. The autonomy other one, even it's not in my industry, I'm very impressed by numbers and what they are trying. And Olive, of course, because even my bank just published sustainability report, and all banks are interested in, also in the region, Middle East is focusing on that much, they are trying to get away from oil economy. So this is also very important, I believe. And my personal favorite is Cogni. They are doing also, a social responsible thing. But to be honest, I think this startup deserves better presentation. Visually, this can be developed a little bit. This is also my comment. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sami. Thanks a lot for providing, these amazing insights. Definitely these insights are very helpful to all our startups and founders. And all our jury members have done amazing job by asking lots of different questions. And of course, we couldn't take all those questions, but I'm happy that many of you have managed to put them in the chat section, and our founders, I hope they answered all your questions, and happy to connect you guys offline. I hope you have responded to the poll. So we will connect you guys with the founders in next 1 week or so. So thanks to all the jurors, all the attendees. Without you guys, it haven't been possible to make this session successful. Last but not the least, many thanks to all the attendees to make this session successful. Let's connect with each other via email or LinkedIn and see how we can support each other in the community and win together. All right. Thank you. Thanks, everybody, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.